Have you ever woken up and quietly wondered, what happened to me? Maybe you don't say it out loud, but you feel it. The energy that used to greet you in the morning is gone. You look at your partner and feel a distance you can't explain. Intimacy has faded into an awkward memory, or worse, a source of embarrassment you'd rather avoid altogether. And everyone seems to shrug and say, well, that's just age. But what if they're wrong? I'm Dr. Edward. I spent over 35 years as a urologist and men's health specialist right here in Greenville, South Carolina. Thousands of men sat in my office, often with their heads down, voice lowered. They'd say things like, Doc, I'm not the man I used to be. I've heard it all. And I'll tell you the truth, it's not your fault. Age changes things, sure. But what if I told you that age isn't the only reason you're feeling this way? What if I told you that the biggest problem isn't age at all, but something far more silent, creeping through your body year after year, slowly stealing not just your performance, but your very sense of being alive? Let's talk about it. But before we do, let me ask you to stick with me. I'm going to share something today that's helped thousands of my patients rediscover real, natural intimacy without pills, embarrassment, or feeling like they're chasing some impossible dream. If you want to keep hearing these truths, subscribe and tap the bell. And tell me in the comments what city you're watching from. I read every single one because this isn't just a lecture. It's a conversation. Now, let's get honest about what's really going on. Our bodies do change with age. That's not news. Your hair goes gray. Your joints complain. Your memory might play tricks on you. But when it comes to intimacy, when it comes to feeling like yourself as a man, age isn't the only villain. See, it's like the plumbing in your house. Over time, the pipes build up gunk and sediment. Water pressure drops. Things don't work the way they used to. Your blood vessels are the same way, especially the tiny, delicate ones in your most private areas. You don't feel them clogging. There's no alarm bell. No sharp pain in your chest like a heart attack. Instead, they just narrow, harden, and slowly strangle the blood flow that fuels everything. Your energy, your erections, your sense of being alive. Maybe you've noticed your hands and feet getting colder. Maybe you're out of breath faster than before. Maybe you can't remember the last time you felt truly responsive in bed. Most men just shrug and say, well, that's age. But that's only half the truth. The real truth? It's your circulation. It's blood flow being choked off where you need it most. And that's not just a bedroom problem. Your penis has some of the smallest blood vessels in your body. If they're clogging up, it's a warning sign that your heart and brain arteries may be next. A lot of men think softer erections are just embarrassing. They don't realize it's actually a red flag for cardiovascular health. And yet, what do most people tell you? Take a pill. Blame stress. Blame age. Blame your partner. No one tells you the uncomfortable truth. No pill in the world can fix a blocked pipe. Taking a blue pill when your arteries are clogged is like painting over rust. Sure, it might look better for a moment, but the corrosion is still eating away underneath. This is why I've seen men in their 60s, 70s, even 80s, walk into my office looking defeated, convinced they're broken beyond repair. But let me tell you this, you're not broken. Your body knows how to heal. Your blood vessels can relax and expand. Your circulation can improve. Nitric oxide production, the natural compound your body uses to open those vessels, can increase again. But it doesn't happen with wishful thinking or another prescription bottle on your nightstand. It happens when you understand why this problem exists. It happens when you treat the root cause, not the symptom. I've watched men's lives change when they finally stopped blaming age and started paying attention to their circulation. I've seen marriages reborn. I've seen men regain that spark in their eyes. And yes, I've seen men come back weeks or months later and tell me, with an embarrassed smile, Doc, I feel like a man again. But don't get ahead of yourself. This isn't a magic bullet. It's not a one-time fix. Because while the problem is blocked veins, the solution is restoring flow. And your body still knows how, if you help it. That's what I want to share with you. Not a gimmick, not another pill, but a way to gently, naturally, and consistently help your body do what it was meant to do. To restore, to heal, to feel alive. In the next section, I'm going to tell you about a man who thought he was finished. He came to me embarrassed, quiet, convinced it was all over. And what happened when he tried a simple, natural approach that I'm going to share with you. It's not expensive. It's not complicated. But it does require one thing: your willingness to listen. If you want to hear that story and learn exactly what you can do to help unblock those veins, stick around. Subscribe. Tap the bell so you don't miss what's next. And please, tell me in the comments where you're watching from. Because you're not just watching a video. You're taking the first step toward reclaiming your energy, your confidence, your connection. I remember a man named Walter. He was 68 when he first walked in my office. Retired after decades of hard work. Married over 40 years. He was proud of the life he'd built, but something had gone quiet in him. He looked at the floor as he talked. He didn't want to meet my eyes. "Doc," he finally said, voice cracking just a bit, "I don't feel like I can connect with my wife anymore. It's like I'm here, but part of me is gone." Now, let me tell you something important. This man was not weak. He was not too old. He was suffering from something most doctors won't talk about. Years of tiny blockages, narrowed blood vessels, reduced nitric oxide, quiet inflammation that no one warned him about. I listened carefully, and I told him the truth. "Walter, it's not you. It's your circulation. But there's something we can do about it." We didn't start with pills. We started with restoring flow. I suggested something deceptively simple, something most men overlook because they think it can't possibly matter. Breathing. Not just any breathing. Slow, deep, diaphragmatic breathing. He looked skeptical at first, but I explained, when you breathe deeply and slowly, your body releases nitric oxide naturally. That's the molecule that relaxes blood vessels and improves circulation. It's the same pathway those little blue pills try to force open, but without the side effects. We practiced right there in the office. 5 seconds in. Hold. 7 seconds out. It calmed him. His shoulders dropped. His face softened. I said, "Do this every morning and every night." It's not magic, Walter. It's biology. You're telling your body it's safe. You're telling your arteries to open. 2 weeks later, he called me. "Doc, it sounds silly, but I'm sleeping better. I'm waking up a little, firmer." That was only the beginning, because restoring blood flow is a layered process. Next, I told him about movement. Not pounding the treadmill like a 25-year-old. I'm talking about deliberate daily walking. "Walter," I said, "imagine your blood vessels are a network of little roads. If you don't use them, they crumble. If you walk every day, even slowly, you're telling your body, we need these roads. Keep them open." He committed to 20 minutes after breakfast. Every day, rain or shine. He'd text me from the trail some mornings. "Feeling good today? Document." The changes weren't instant, but they were real. Better color in his face. Warmer hands. And, yes, more consistent intimacy with his wife. Because when blood flow returns, so does confidence. But that was only the first layer. I was shocked when I saw what happened after 10 days on the next method. He'd told me he'd never been much for tea, but I asked him to humor me. I recommended beetroot tea or juice. Beets are one of nature's richest sources of nitrates, which convert to nitric oxide in the body. Walter was skeptical. "Beets? Really? Really?" I said. He agreed. 1 small glass in the morning. 10 days later, he came into the office practically glowing. "Doc," he said quietly, "I don't know if it's the beets, but things are working, really working." I smiled. It's not magic. It's flow. Beets, leafy greens, even a handful of nuts. These foods are nitric oxide boosters. They help unblock the tiny blood vessels that fuel erections, memory, even heart health. Walter was living proof. And that wasn't all. He asked me, "What else can I do?" I told him about gentle pelvic floor exercises. "Wait, Kegels. That's for women," he laughed. "Not just women," I said. "See, the pelvic floor muscles support erections by controlling blood flow in and out of the penis. When they weaken with age, men lose firmness." So I taught him how to squeeze and release gently a few times a day. Nothing heroic, just consistent. Within weeks, he said, "Doc, I'm lasting longer." I didn't think that was even possible at my age. I reminded him, it's not about age. It's about circulation, strength, and connection. And here's what's beautiful. Walter didn't just fix a performance problem. He reconnected with his wife. He started touching her more during the day, sitting closer on the couch, holding her hand. She came to thank me one afternoon. "Thank you for giving me my husband back," she whispered. But let's be clear. Walter didn't buy a miracle pill. He changed small things: breathing, walking, natural nitric oxide foods, pelvic floor awareness. None of these cost much. None are complicated. But together they worked like a gentle plunger on those clogged pipes, opening them up, bringing life back where it was fading. And that's the truth most men don't hear. You don't have to surrender your manhood to age. You just have to give your body what it needs to heal. That's what I want for you. Not a quick fix, not another prescription, but real, lasting change that gives you back your confidence, your energy, your sense of being you. Because you're not done yet. And if you want to know exactly how to use these techniques, how to apply them in your own routine in a way that's safe, natural, and designed for men over 55, then don't go anywhere. In the next section, I'm going to walk you through how to do it step by step. The breathing, the movement, the foods, the exercises, so you can finally feel that spark again and show yourself and the people you love that the best parts of you aren't gone. They're waiting to come back. If you found this helpful so far, subscribe, tap that bell, and let me know in the comments where you're watching from. I read every single one because you matter. You're not alone, and you still have time to be the man you want to be.